So yeah, okay, the jig is up. My opponent going to be able to bait that in. So there's the Will-O-Wisp from the Charjabug. Yeah, look at that. Charjabug using Will-O-Wisp. You love to see it. What is up, trainers? It's Rickstar here again. So I'm going to be coming at you guys today with another team that I've been working on. But before we get into that team, I just want to announce once again that I am on Metafy now. So if that's something that you guys are interested in, feel free to look down below. Pretty much I'm trying to offer a platform, an exclusive Discord server to where I can slowly get people all the VGC knowledge that I'm capable of and just kind of trickle it down to you all. I know lots of locals are popping up, especially in the United States where I am located. If that's something that interests you, consider joining the Discord server below or just checking me out over on Metafy. But we're gonna hop right into this team. So you guys can see today, we have a Primarina team here. And you guys probably peeped my MVP mascot Charjabug there. And this is what makes it so exciting. So on this team here, I decide to go with Primarina. Primarina is going to be one of the premier special attackers, especially if you like playing into the Fire, Water, Grass core. 252 special attack. It's pretty darn high, and that's really nice. So I did that. I just went ahead and maxed it out, Modest Nature, and I gave 80 and HP there just to survive a little bit of hits. I only did 176 in speed because the Charjabug here, we do have String Shot on it. So most of our Pokemon are going to be able to outspeed regardless. So the cool thing here, we have Throat Spray. Throat Spray is going to boost our special attack after a sound-based move. So we got Hyper Voice on for that matter. And if you guys don't know, Primarina was the premier water type. Is my favorite water type, my Pokemon that I chose back in Sun and Moon. Primarina has Liquid Voice. So what Liquid Voice is going to do, any sound-based attack is going to become a water type attack. And so that's going to be really nice. So that means it's also going to get stabbed. So you got 90 base power. You're going to get like 110 so base power, something like that, just from using Hyper Voice. It's going to be split damage, but you know, it's going to be good regardless. I did go Terra Poison. I wanted to go Terra Water originally because I was kind of gung-ho on getting the battery boost from Charjabug, the Throat Spray boost, and the stab, but I decided to go Terra Poison because I was having trouble with Rillaboom matchups. So we have Primarina, we got Calm Mind to where we can get a chance to boost our special attack and special defense, protect, and Moonblast for just heavy single target damage. So that's gonna be really nice. And we got Charjabug. Charjabug, this is the Charjabug that I used in Orlando. Pretty much our general idea is we're gonna keep the Dark Terror to where we can block out Prankster. We have Struggle Bug, String Shot, Volt Switch, Thunder Wave. Now, Charjabug does have an impressive kit here. It has other moves you can do. You can opt for Electro Web instead of String Shot. You know, things like that. You can tweak this Pokemon to however you like. You do need the Eviolite item on here to really take advantage of its massive defense. You know, if you guys have been on this channel at all, you guys know how powerful Charjabug is, so I don't need to say any further. The battery boost is going to give a 30% damage to a special attacker. So that's going to be nice there because essentially Charjabug is literally the personification of the item Life Orb. And so that's going to be really neat. The next Pokemon we have up here is Archaludon. And this thing is really good. I like the set with Assault Vest and Stamina. So you get to play kind of both defensive paradigms there. So Stamina is going to increase our defense by 1 stage every time we get hit by an attack, which is really nice there. And the opponents really have trouble facing Archaludon. And we did kind of play into that with another Pokemon we're going to talk about shortly. But what we did here is we went for the Grass Terrain, just where we don't have to get put to sleep by Spore users. You know, we love to hate them. But what we did here is we went Draco Meteor just for some standard stab damage. We should be able to KO Pokemon like Komodo. I don't think it can survive this, especially after we get the Electro Shots going. So we got Flash Cannon as well, just general stab and Draco Meteor Flash Cannon. Electro Shot's gonna be really nice because in rain, we're gonna be able to just fire that thing off. So essentially we can use this to counter rain teams that we may go up against on ladder, which is really nice. And Body Press here is going to really play into the fact that we even have Stamina as an ability. That's going to be the Archaludon. We did a diverse EV spread here. What I did here is most people that I've seen, they just go max HP, max special attack. And I'm looking at Archaludon, as you guys can see, it does have base 105 attack, base 125 attack, base 130 defense. So what I did here is I went ahead and increased his general HP stat, and I did put 28 in defense just to where it can go up slightly. I did do 36 in special attack, and you guys can see I only put minimum investment in special attack and defense because essentially we got defense boosting from body press and stamina, and we have this attack increase from electro shot. So that's why I didn't go full investment into that. I did go 164 here and the special defense because essentially that's just going to reinforce the fact that we have an assault vest, and that's going to be really nice. And I did go 28 in speed. So the 28 in speed, I just did that to where I can outspeed other Archaludon potentially. And on top of that, like I said, we got Charjabug with String Shot. You could go for Electro Rep, but we got String Shot here. So we just want a little bit of speed to where we can outspeed some of the higher speed creep threats. So that's going to be Archaludon there. It's going to be really good. And we got Blaziken here. So Blaziken, so I was in limbo on if I should use Blaziken or Cinderace. And I ultimately decided to go Blaziken just because it has 2 stabs, you know? It has close combat, it has Flare Blitz, it's fighting, it's fire. I felt like that was going to be really good. So what I did with the Blaziken here, that just maxed out its attack and its speed. And I gave it the adamant nature because essentially, look, we got speed boost here and we got protect. So we can protect if we feel like we're not going to outspeed, then we can outspeed next turn. So that's going to be really powerful. I gave it safety goggles to where we don't have to deal with the Mungus. And I gave it Terra type flying. So the only reason I gave it Terra type flying is to where we could do a Terra defensively and survive like an earthquake. It won't touch us, you know what I'm saying? So that's kind of what I did there. You could go Brave Bird on this thing, but I didn't really find the reason to. And I gave it coaching. So as you guys know from the previous couple of videos, I did that coaching Goodra team and it was pretty good. Coaching is really nice. I got coaching here again, just to where I can use coaching to essentially boost the Archaludon here. I'm not sure why it's not showing up, but the coaching is going to give the defense boost to the Archaludon, which would be really nice, just to get those body presses snowballing, and essentially Archaludon could be your win condition off rip. So we got that. We got close combat for opposing Incineroar. We got Flare Blitz just to go into Rillaboom really nicely, stuff like that. We did go Adamant Nature. So like I said, this is a really good Pokemon, and you guys can see we got the Fire with a Grass Core. And the next Pokemon I want to talk about is Rillaboom. So Rillaboom here, it's always going to be good, you know. I feel like you need Rillaboom in this meta, especially if Size Spam becomes popular again. And this is kind of my answer to stop it. So what I did here is I took Rillaboom and I gave it the Terra type Fire, just to where we don't worry about getting burned. Blaziken could do coaching onto the Rillaboom, which is really nice here because you could fake out turn 1, get a coaching, and you're just going to be hitting crazy damage off of those Grassy Glides. So we got that. I gave it the Miracle Seed. So the Miracle Seed is going to increase by 1.2 times, and you're also going to be getting a boost from the Grassy Surge. So we got Grassy Glide, Wood Hammer, U-Turn. And what I did here is this Rillaboom that I made is slightly different. So I maxed its HP out, and I gave it 116 in attack so I could throw the other 140 in Spadef. Rillaboom's defense is generally good, but the only reason I added so much into special defense this time is because I did trade that assault vest because I am using Archaludon. So that's kind of a trade-off here, but that Rillaboom's still going to be hitting just as hard there. And the next final Pokemon that I really want to talk about, and it's really controversial, but Zoroark-Hisui. Now, I hit my old buddy Emerald Miner up and I showed him this team and he was rather impressed, but he said one thing. He said Rain Dance on Zoroark-Hisui is crazy. And I agree it is, but I'm trying to bring you guys the most well thought out teams that I can come up with. So the reason that I decided to go Zoroark-Hisui here is because of this. Zoroark-Hisui has good speed and it has really good special attack. So I did go Timid Nature here. And the thing that I like about it is it has a lot of utility moves. Like, look at this. It has so many utility moves. Helping Hand, you know, Imprison, Leer. It has so many things that can add to the overall core of your team. So what I did here is I took Zoroark-Hisui and I gave it Will-O-Wisp, Icy Wind, Rain Dance, and Bitter Malice. Bitter Malice is just for general stab. Rain Dance, though. So I'm going to walk you guys through this very briefly. So what I like doing with my Zoroark-Hisui is I like Zoroark-Hisui to come out turn 1 and pose as Archaludon. Because you know, when opponents are seeing the Archaludon, even though it's a Zoroark, they won't know that. So when they see the Archaludon, they're probably going to try to fake it out, right? But guess what? You're ghost type, so the fake out's not going to work. So I see that as a good opportunity for me to get a Will-O-Wisp off on like a Pokemon that's using fake out, such as Rillaboom. You just burn Rillaboom, you forget about it, you know? Icy Wind's going to be good speed control here. Rain Dance. So the Rain Dance is really good because this is what I like to do. I like to go Rain Dance, and that's essentially just going to boost Primarina up. It's going to boost its water type Hyper Voice. It's also going to allow our Archaludon to get off those Electro shots. So that's going to be really good. Like, you know, when you guys start using this team, you guys are going to see what I'm talking about. We got Bitter Malice as well. Bitter Malice, I do like it for this reason. It's stab, and it has a 100% chance to lower the opponent's attack by 1 stage. So that's going to be really good in those matchups where you're fighting physical Pokemon. Even like hitting Incineroar with this thing, they're not going to see it coming so much. And then the rest of your Pokemon can kind of clean up. So that's kind of what I like here. The one thing too that I like to mention is Charjabug. So, you know, the battery here, say your turn 1, your Zoroark and your Primarina. Boom, you can get the Rain Dance off. Next turn, you just switch in a Charjabug when you pop that Liquid Voice. And you're going to be getting that battery boost on that Liquid Voice in the rain, you know? So it's like multiplier on top of multiplier on top of multiplier. Kind of like what I did in Orlando with the Sheer Force Landorus with Sandstorm Storm. So like normal, I'm going to have the Pokepaste down below along with the rental code. So I'm going to hop on the battlefield and we're going to see if we can't get this team off the ground. All right, Trainers, so the battle started. We got Rillaboom here and we got Primarina. My opponent should pick up real quick on the fact that the Zoroark is actually Rillaboom. So what we're going to do here is we're going to do something crazy. We already got the Icy Wind off, or we already got the Rain off because of Pelipper. So what we can do here, honestly, let's see. So my opponent thinks that I have this thing. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to burn the Grimmsnarl here. And let's see. Yeah, I could burn the Grimmsnarl. And I could, let's see. I could start setting up here. I can start setting up with Calm Mind. So yeah, Grimmsnarl gonna go for the fake out. That's not too bad. Rillaboom not gonna be able to get the Will-O-Wisp off, unfortunately. And let's see, the Pelipper's probably gonna throw out a Hurricane. Icy Wind, okay. But that's a good thing because honestly, if you're gonna be using Zoroark, spread moves will kind of stop you a little bit. But we like to have the element of surprise here. So yeah, our gig is going to be up here. So I feel like we outspeed Grimmsnarl still. So what we're going to do now is we're going to go back to the speed tie. We got that. Let's see. I can honestly just take the Grimmsnarl out. Yeah, let's go for Icy Wind here. I guess we can go for Moonblast. Or let's go for Hyper Voice. I feel like Hyper Voice will be a really good player because essentially we're going to be able to get the, and look, Zoroark is going to outspeed. So we're able to win the speed tie now. And Primarina, what I'm going to do here is I got Hyper Voice coming off. And Hyper Voice is going to be really crazy because it's going to be 50% boost because it's a water type move. And that's going to activate our Throat Spray as well. Now that the Throat Spray is up, we're just going to see what our opponent decides to do here. So my opponent is going to go for the Hurricane to the Primarina. Not a bad choice. Primarina is going to be able to tank that rather well because it's in a special defense investment. So there's a Dark Pulse. And yeah, Zoroark's going to go ahead and fall. Critical hit on top of that. Okay, that's kind of offsetting. So what we're going to do now is we're pretty much good right now. So I guess what I could do here is I can go for the Rillaboom here for some fake out pressure. And I can do Calm Mind into Primarina. So I feel like that could be the play here. We also could just take out Grimmsnarl itself. But let's get rid of that Pelipper. Let's fake out Pelipper. Let's get that Calm Mind off again. I feel like that's going to be really crucial here. And now that we have the real Rillaboom out here, we're also going to be able to get some of that sweet Grassy Glide recovery. Grassy Terrain recovery. Yeah, here we go. Let's see what happens here. I'm surprised Pelippers aren't running Wide Guard. That Wide Guard would have definitely stopped my Hisuian. I guess you don't really need it in this meta since the Calyrex has stayed behind. So it looks like my opponent's really thinking away at what they're going to do next. So yeah, there's a fake out into the Pelipper. Just a little extra damage. Grimmsnarl is going to take the opportunity to set up screens. I mean, it's a pretty good play on my opponent's part. So it's going to come down to Primarina. Is Primarina going to be hurt in confusion? So Primarina is going to ignore all that confusion. It's going to be able to calm itself with that Calm Mind. Now our special attack is going to increase ever so slightly. And Pelipper's not going to be able to move this turn. So now what we can do is we're going to get a little bit of recovery here. Everyone's going to get the recovery except for Pelipper. So let's see what my opponent had. Okay, so my opponent had a decent lead. So what I want to do is I want to get rid of the... Yeah, I got to get rid of the Pelipper there. And let's see. Maybe we can afford another Calm Mind. Just to really get this sweep going. So yep, there's the Grassy Glide. Boom, we're able to get rid of Pelipper. No more rain. It's really going to come down to what my opponent has in the back. So Grimmsnarl is going to go for that crushing Thunder Wave. So now we're paralyzed and we're confused. So there's a good chance we're not going to be able to do anything. Let's see if Primarina can't press through. We are going to snap out of confusion. And there's the Calm Mind. We are able to get another defense, a special defense, and a special attack boost. So we're going to be +2 in each stat there. And this is kind of what we need here. I didn't bring Charjabug in this battle, but Charjabug really does do some amazing things. I'm pretty sure I'm going to have an updated Pokepaste. Whatever the Pokepastes are, usually that's like the final version. But I'm thinking about Hyper Beam on the Zoroark, just to where Zoroark can get some massive damage out. So let's see what my opponent sends out. Vivolion, okay. Vivolion's not a bad choice. I'm going to assume that it's Choice Scarfed. Or Focus Sash, I'm going to assume. So what I'm going to do here is Vivolion can't put Rillaboom to sleep. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go for the Grassy Glide to Vivolion. And let's see. I guess I can go for the Hyper Voice. We're +2, Rain. We're going to break Sash. So I feel like I have a pretty good stratagem here. So let's see what goes to happen. Let's see what my opponent does here. I know Grimmsnarl already did all of it can do. My opponent is going to use a Terastallization this turn. I am very surprised. That's something that I was kind of holding back on a little bit too. Okay, so we're going to go Terra Flying, it looks like. Probably to boost that Hurricane and the Rain. That's a good choice. So there's a Grassy Glide. We're able to do decent damage. Grimmsnarl going to hit the Thunder Wave. So my opponent is definitely not going to put us to sleep here. So let's see what's going on. Hurricane. Yep, Hurricane. Terra boost to Hurricane from Vivolion. Hey, that's a full health Rillaboom. That's a full health Rillaboom. That's not bad. Respectable damage. But there's the Hyper Voice and the Retaliation. We're able to get the Hyper Voice off, which is going to be boosted by Rain, boosted by the Calm Mind. I could have done Water Terra for more damage, but I decided to go Poison because Rillaboom is a little annoying and you don't want the Grassy Glide to ruin your longevity. So that wasn't Assault Vest Rillaboom, so you guys can do the calcs later if you guys decide to put Assault Vest. But now we got Archaludon and we got Empoleon here. So what we're going to do here, we can just go for it. Straight Electro Shot. And I guess Hyper Voice. Just to get a little bit of that rain damage left. So yeah, there's the Electro Shot. It's going to be a GG's from here. Archaludon should be able to KO. Let's see. Electro Shock going to hit in full capacity. And Empoleon is going to be able to hold on. That's impressive. Primarina going to shrug that off. And we're finally not going to be able to move because of the paralyzation. So that is gonna be our downfall there. So Primarina going to restore its HP again. And let's see. We might as well do it for old times. So let's drop a Draco. Let's drop a Draco, everybody. So we need our Archaludon to really get this off. So there we go. We're dropping Dracos on Empoleon. And there we go. So guys, I really hope you guys enjoy this team. Like I said, it's a really good team. It can do certain things. I am going to have the Master Pokepaste version down below. So if you guys enjoyed this, feel free to share with your friends and like, comment, and subscribe. And consider joining the Discord server. There's a lot of us in there. We're always team building. We're always cooking up something powerful. So I'll see you guys on the next one.